Alright, hey guys. What? Do your eyes deceive you? Is there a flea market pickup and haul video coming out in the month that it should be? Oh my god, that's right. Yes, I'm actually on time with one of my videos for once. And this is going to be my flea market and thrift store pickups and hauls for the month of July. So guys, as I can already say, July was a pretty busy month. Not so much in the way of quantity, but definitely pretty high in the way of quality. Found some things some people might consider grail finds, but a lot of good common filler toys and some pretty good rare stuff as well. Just to let you guys know, thank you so much. As you guys probably know, I just recently, in the past couple of weeks, just broke the 1,000 subscriber mark. And that's a big deal for me. I mean, I know to a lot of channels it's like, whatever, you know, they're already at 3,000, 5,000, 10,000. But considering I don't do any Let's Plays, I don't really do anything that's clickbaity to, like, trick or to draw people to my channel, you know, I'm doing reviews like yesterday, like Wendy's Mad Balls Happy Meal toys, you know, that's not actually getting me 100,000 views, you know what I mean? It's just, I do it for the love of toys, for all toys, vintage toys, comic books, which I'm really working on getting that series, trying to be a little bit more consistent monthly with the Krusty Comics. I'm working with some friends to try to bring the 8-Byte podcast back. Believe it or not, I'm still working on the Happy handhelds. I have so many handhelds, I really want that to be a series. I'm just working on polishing up some of the intro and just want to make it really nice. And I just want to say a big thank you to everybody who's stuck with my channel, you know, for the past going on 5 years now that I've been on YouTube. I do have a special thank you video coming out for my 1,000 subs. It's just hard because I do work a full-time job. I'm very, very busy. I get home really late, so it's really hard for me to pump out these videos. And a lot of my mini reviews, they're easier for me to do during the week because it's a big ordeal with the editing and the research to do bigger lines. And I don't like just doing like one thing. You know, I have a ton of TMNT stuff, but I don't feel right just going in and showing TMNT without, you know, first showing the, you know, 4 core figures and describing the lines. So it's hard for me to branch off into toy areas because you have to be so in-depth with your first review, and then you can go in later on and just be like, oh, here's this figure, here's that figure, but I don't like to do that because I feel like that'd be cheating my viewers. So if you guys ever wondered, like, hey, how come Brian's never done a review on Masters of the Universe or something like that, or Ninja Turtles? Well, I have it. It's just a lot of work. So if you guys would rather just see one video a month, and, you know, maybe I do my Masters of the Universe video, let me know. You know, comment, would you rather see me do that? And, you know, see me work on bigger lines, just know that's going to take a lot more time, a lot of editing, a lot of shooting, and a lot of research. But anyway, with all that out of the way, just wanted to give you guys kind of a little bit of a quick channel update while I'm right here, and while you got me, because I'm always disappearing. Figured you guys wanted to know that, and again to say thank you for helping me to push me over the 1,000 subs mark, because that's really tough to do when you're not paying for ads and stuff like that. But anyway, now with all that nonsense and disclaimers out of the way, let's get into my flea market and thrift store pickups for July. So we'll start things off first with some rather miscellaneous finds. We'll start off with some vinyl. Now, it's definitely not any vinyl you're expecting, because you guys know me, I pick up everything weird and unusual. So, it's not what you're thinking. It's not like classic rock or anything, of course. It's going to be toy and wacky related, right? So I got one of these awesome Book and Record Wonder Woman sets. I think I paid 5, maybe 10. I don't remember a piece. But this is really nice. The record's in good condition. I had a Spider-Man one when I was a kid. And look at that artwork. Isn't that awesome? It's a full freaking, you know, comic book that comes to life. over your record player. And I would eventually like to do a review on these two, because I think they're so neat. So cool. So any of the superhero stuff like that, I love adding. This really should be one of my finds of the month. That's why I didn't feel too bad paying that one for 10, because I got them both, I think, for 15. At the most, I paid 20. But this is the Amazing Spider-Man, a rock comic vinyl record. And you can see back there. Again, amazing, amazing art. But the thing with this is from 1972. This is extremely, extremely rare. There we go. You can see the artwork again in there. And there's 4 different stories. So we have here Peter's Nightmare, Episode 1. Episode 2, Spider-Man Remembers. Episode 3, Spidey's Dilemma. Episode 4, Strange Ally, and Episode 5, From Beyond the Grave. And apparently these rock comics, like, I had never seen one before, and it has John, I can't pronounce his name right, John Romita, who did the actual art, so the guy that did Amazing Spider-Man, you know, ink and drawing, did it for this. And these things, you know, this isn't in the best condition, but still they're selling for like $50 to $60 and up. Like a really minty shape, they're going for like $100 plus. So, yeah, really, really rare. You know, aside from the fact that just they go for a lot of money, they're really hard to find. This is pretty common, but I think it's neat. I got this for, I think, $5. And this is music from the motion picture soundtrack Back to the Future. How cool is this? The only thing I'm disappointed in is I wish it was a picture disc. That would have really just made it so much more awesome. But really fun. Love the artwork. Alright, and keeping with miscellaneous, I found a bunch of really interesting comics. Some mainstream and some not so much. Let's see, for my, I guess, kind of mainstream stuff, I picked up, I think I got this for 20, which isn't bad, honestly, considering what this book goes for. It goes for around 30 to 40 bucks. Amazing Spider-Man 86, and Beware the Black Widows. That's a nice copy, very difficult to find. Most of these other ones I only paid $1 or $2 for now. And this, I should keep this with my He-Man stuff, but this is Masters of the Universe, the motion picture comic. Like with the Dolph Lundgren movie, that's what this is from. Really, really hard to find. Very awesome. So I don't care, I love all He-Man stuff, I don't discriminate. Anything He-Man, I'll always pick it up. Another really rare series, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles present the Mighty Mutanimals. Mutanimals? It's really hard to say that. I don't know how that word is pronounced. This is a 3-issue mini-series, and these go for big bucks online, too. Very, very rare comic series to find. But without a doubt, my most favorite one of all, this is made by a publishing company called Comico, which I've seen make the Robotech line of comics. And this is an insanely rare comic. They have a summer fun, but also a winter fun. This is Gumby's Winter Fun Special Edition. Or special? Yeah, just special, not edition, just special. And they made I think a summer and a winter. And oh my god, these comics are insane. Like, you can tell just by looking at the cover, like, it's an acid trip. Like, he's running away from, like, psycho clowns and, like, the devil, and he's, like, in hell and everything. So these are really crazy. They're really twisted, really crazy. I'd love to go more into the story of how Gumby... How did Gumby get associated with this? Like, is this licensed by the same people that did Gumby? Like, really? He's, like, escaping through hell? Like, that does not seem like Gumby, but I mean, it's awesome. I had to buy it. It's absolutely awesome. So ridiculous and over the top and cool. Alright, so that pretty much does it for my miscellaneous finds. Now let's move into video games. And oddly enough, not so much in the way of actual games, but a lot of rare and interesting video game merchandise. So the only couple of games I picked up, let's see, I got this for 20 bucks, which is pretty cheap. I got Mega Man 4 for the NES, which I've been wanting for quite a long time. Good pickup. I think for $2, $3, can't remember how much, Lion King for the Super Nintendo. Which that is a really, really hard game. And those are actually, I think, the only two games I picked up. I didn't pick up very many other games. I also picked up just some neat little odds and ends. Check this out, this Mario 3 little swimmy from like the 90s. Isn't that crazy? Like, it's inflatable. It's only one. Only paid $1 for it, but thought it was neat. Just weird, interesting. And I also, this is in really bad shape, but I wanted to save it because they're rare. You don't see them very much. And this is actually, I didn't notice, this is the first one. The Nintendo Adventure books. Really, really beat up. But you don't see them, and I just wanted to save it. And I think I paid $1 for this. Poor thing's so torn up, but just so cool. The choose your own adventure, like Nintendo, you know. And then this I paid a little bit for. This was, I think 15 bucks, but it's a really rare copy of Nintendo Power. A little bit beat up. But this is the September-October 1988 issue. And this is the one with Simon and Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest holding the severed head of Dracula, which, like, you know, Nintendo, they were super family friendly. They didn't pull this kind of stuff very often, so very, very hard to find Nintendo Power issue. Really cool. And then this, I would have never expected to find. I think I paid $3 or $4, maybe $5 for. I have this game that I've had for a while. It's the Super Mario Brothers Tiger ladder game. Actually, I got it right here. I can show it to you. I've had this for years, so this is not something I picked up recently, but this is the game here. Unbelievably, insanely, ridiculously rare. Like, you'll barely ever find 2 of these on eBay. And I never in my life thought I would come across that my friend found the Luigi that you need with Mario. And then this doesn't always work correctly, but you turn the cranks, and then what's supposed to happen is Luigi will climb up and down the ladder. But for some reason, the physics just don't really work that well. He kind of just gets stuck. There we go, it's kind of working. But yeah, I've only seen like maybe 1 or 2 of these games online, and only 1 boxed, and just forget about finding 1 boxed. Like, I found this game originally like 3 or 4 years ago at a Goodwill where they put everything to dumped in. So I think it only cost me like $0.25. So the whole thing to piece together is only costing me $10 because the Mario guy I found for like $5. So really cool. These I got for $1 each, which are really, really neat. These are, I didn't even see any of these on eBay. These are 7-Eleven 1983 series Slurpee video cups, and these are Nintendo kind of, but they're more like just arcade cups for the arcade machines. You know, because obviously it was only Atari and the arcade machines back then. The Nintendo wouldn't be around yet. But we got Donkey Kong here. And there's even a screenshot of the arcade machine on the back. I believe it's the arcade machine. And then we have Donkey Kong Jr. How amazing are these things? Slurpee video cups. Very, very cool. Stuff like that I love because it's stuff that I'm just amazed it survived after all these years. It's just stuff that like should just be destroyed. It shouldn't even, you know, most of those are probably shattered into a million pieces. So really cool that I found two of them. For $5 too, I don't know what franchise that this is trying to merchandise off of, but I found this interesting. It almost looks like a 007 watch, but it isn't. A Nintendo LCD watch. Pretty neat. Haven't put batteries in it yet to see if it works, but it looks pretty clean, so I'm pretty sure that it will. Couldn't even find another one like it on eBay, so interesting. And then again, something that probably I should say for a find of the month, but I won't. For only $2. $2! This is unbelievable. I've been looking for one of these for forever. It's an 8-inch. This was made by Coleco, I believe. No, they were made by Etany? I can't pronounce that name. But this is Nintendo of America, 1983. 8-inch plush Donkey Kong. How cool is that? These things easily go for $25, $30 and up, depending on condition, but you definitely sure aren't finding these for $2 in the wild. Very, very hard to find. Now I just gotta find the 12-inch one. So, really cool. Super, super excited to find that. Awesome plushie. Alright, that's gonna do it for video games. So now we'll do Transformers, GoBots, things like that. So first I'll do GoBots. I found this little green tank. This is one of the very early GoBots. Made a much heavier metal and a much different look. Really neat. And they have good transformations too. This guy is not a GoBot. I don't know if he's a Zybot or not, but he actually, I think he should still work. There we go. His wheels turn on, and he can actually, like, go across the smooth surface. And then you just basically, like, flip him up, and he's like a little robot. Like that. But I don't see a brand on him, so I don't know what he is, but I think he's really interesting. All it says is made in Taiwan, and I think it says the year, so pretty neat. Another GoBot, I think his name is Skids or Trax. Another very early one, a race car. Really cool. Formula 500 IndyCar. And then this one's really neat. This is from, actually, I think they were only released in Japan. They're mechanized like Super GoBots, but they weren't the Super GoBots that you're thinking of. It's really complicated. I'm not even 100% sure, but they're battery powered, and it's a really cool helicopter. And check this out. You flip the switch, helicopter turns on, but check this out, not done yet. You pull a grappling hook down, and you flip this little switch here, and it retracts the grappling hook. How cool is that? And I think this is from like 1985 or so. And I think he was like $5 or $10. Not too bad. Just interesting. Really interesting. And then a couple more Transformers. This is one of the... I think they were called the flip side? No, boy, I can't remember. Like quick change Transformers. And you got this little motorcycle here, and you hit the buttons on the side. And those little guns come forward. I got a couple more of these. Really neat. It was like maybe $5, $2 or $3. And then we got Hotspot. One of the Protectobots. I think I paid maybe 10. Very nice shape. And then I'm almost have my Abominus completed. And I think for another 5 or 10 I picked up Hunger. Two-headed, like, dragon demon. How cool is he? Alright. So next, I guess, oh, I forgot I had 2 more. They're not Transformers, though, but they're in the same kind of category. And I picked up a couple of select converters. Check this out. It's a little owl. Woo-hoo! Why, you! That's who. He's got his little wings there and everything. I had a few of these when I was growing up. I thought they were neat. And then you got this little space race car. I just love the design of Japanese robots and toys. They're so cool. They capture your... They just captivate your imagination. They're really neat. And then one last thing, kind of in my miscellaneous category. I found a toy line you don't see very much. I wouldn't call it really rare, but they're definitely unusual. And that's from the Capsella line of toys. Now, if you don't know what they are, they were a line of toys that were motorized and you could build things with them. And they have, like, these capsules, of course. That's where they get the name from. You can see them underneath. It holds the underbody of the truck together. And there's a motor in the back. And there's also a winch, which I don't have hooked up at the moment, but that does operate. Actually, I can show you that too, but I think that might interfere with the movement of the truck. But, let's see, let me kind of hang that there. And you just flip this little switch, and yes, it does work. There we go. Yep, that's what I was worried about. It would interfere with the... Stop that. With the operation of the truck, because there's no shut-off switch once the winch is fully retracted. So anyway, that's what it looks like again without the winch, with the wheels fully on. And I believe that's reverse and forward. But pretty neat, very brightly colored, and you don't see Capsella toys very much, let alone pretty much together and fully functional. One last guy I guess I'll throw into my miscellaneous category. I don't know what this is. There's no marking on this at all from what I can tell. This is absolutely Japanese. This is like in the area of like Gaijin Force 5 and like Shogun Warriors. But look at that. How beautiful is this? This is die-cast metal and plastic. Looks like there would be a little driver that would go on the front. And there's missiles that would connect in the bottom. And this appears to be the legs to like a robot. Like the feet looks like it would go together like that. And this would probably connect to like the chest portion. And it's like this spider alien neck. And I mean, it's just so cool, this little spaceship. And these move back here, like where you could fire the missiles, these little things here. So really neat. Oh, and then one more guy for my Transformers too. I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but I want to say like Erdl or Tonka. The name escapes me, but these, they made their own line. Oh, I think Buddy L. That's it, Buddy L. I don't know why I couldn't think of that. They made their own little line of Dinobots. How cool is that? That adorable little Grimlock wannabe. Rawr. Me no Grimlock knockoff. No. Me am. Me no tell lie. But, yeah. Really cool. It was like a couple of bucks, so really neat. And let's see, for some other figures, I got a good lot of Dungeons and Dragons stuff, which is really cool. It's from the Advanced Dungeons & Dragons line. And I got this whole lot of figures for only 20 bucks with some weapons, too. Now, forgive me, I don't know their names. But these are the figures that I picked up. I think I already had that wizard. And this guy, he's got a staff, but it's the wrong staff. But he does have this cape. Pretty neat. And this little guy here. He's got his mace and shield. And a little orc with his sword. Pretty neat. And of course, wouldn't be a month without some Voltron. Picked up Hagar the Witch. Didn't have her. I think I got her for like $2 or $3. And these guys, I think I got for like $5 a piece. Their names escape me at the moment, but pretty uncommon finds to find, so very nice. And then some other unusual figures. Actually, one common, one unusual. I think for only like a few bucks, like $2 or $3, picked up a really nice Lobot, which I needed an upgrade. His paint's really nice, his joints are very tight, so he replaces my other Lobot, which is just in horrendous shape, because his arms actually stay in position, where my other one did not. And sadly, I found a really nice Obi-Wan Kenobi with the cape and his original extendable lightsaber, but I can't find him at the moment to show him. I really wanted to show him, but I don't know where the heck I put him at. This guy here, let's see, I think he does something. Yeah, he's got his little power punch. I got a couple of these. I don't remember the name of the line. They're not Defenders of the Earth, I think. I really can't remember, but they're no, they're definitely not Defenders of the Earth, but they're kind of like a cross. They're a weird cross, like almost between like Mego Pocket Heroes and like Kenner Superpowers. And he's got this little punch feature. He looks kind of like the Vulture, like from Spider-Man. But he's just pretty uncommon to see, that's why I picked him up. And, alright, it wouldn't be a flea market month without some Masters of the Universe finds. Believe me, a couple of these I should have also saved for my finds of the month, but whatever. I picked up this nice little Zodak here. And I already had the Battle Pack armor, which a lot of people seem to call this the Wonder Bread He-Man armor. There's a story behind that. I kind of remember that in a store when I was in as a kid. There was a Wonder Bread store. And the only officially licensed products I've seen are trading cards that were made by Hostess and Wonder Bread. Now this stuff here is just from a regular weapons pack. Just a regular weapons pack. You can find that anywhere. And you have the maroon weapons, which I just came across recently, for Man-E-Faces, that a lot of people pair with a so-called Wonder Bread He-Man. Now, I kind of do remember the Wonder Bread He-Man being advertised in stores, but it's foggy. I was like 5 years old. I was all about He-Man when I was a kid. Sorry to go into this little side story here. But one thing I noticed as I picked up some He-Man figures recently, I saw online that they're all stamped 1981, which is odd. Because the feet are black, and the waist and the loincloth is black. And I noticed with Triclops, he has the exact arms as He-Man, his feet are black, and his waist is black and orange, but you can easily paint over that, and then just take a soft head He-Man and paint his hair brown. And then just put the battle pack weapons on, and you've created a Wonder Bread He-Man. And a lot of people are upfront when they say they've created custom ones, but then some, they say that they're authenticated, and there's a slip saying, to the best of our knowledge, it's authentic. But that doesn't prove anything, and Mattel never said there was ever a license between them and Hostess, aside from those cards. So, just a little side note, I've come to the conclusion that I believe all Wonder Bread He-Man figures are just Triclops in disguise. I really think that they're a lie, and I've just kind of done some research on that, and I guess I just wanted to share that with you as I'm going through my pickups here, especially doing my He-Man stuff. Also, a great, really cannot emphasize how great this find was here. I picked up a New Adventures of He-Man figure, totally complete, with the sword, with the shield, although the little tip of the sword is broken, so he's glued in his hand so he doesn't drop it. But for $10, with the armor, with the shield, are you kidding me? I have the power! Look at that. Absolutely awesome. And I know a lot of people don't like the New Adventures of He-Man, but like I said, I collect everything He-Man. I don't care what it is. I love the whole franchise. I also found this little guy for $2 or $3. I have a whole bunch of these. You probably saw him before. This little Merman Masters of the Universe Eraser. Really neat. Hope you guys will be able to see it. Oh man, should this have been a find of the month. Probably still is, but I guess I'll just throw it in with my regulars. I picked up Mosquitor. Are you kidding me? And his blood pumping action does work. You can see that. I picked him up for $30, and then about a week later, from a friend of mine, I picked up his gun for only $5. So that is insane to be able to complete a complete Mosquitor for only $35, because there's no way. I mean, now with the gun, he's like a $90 figure all day long. So that's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Never thought I would come across one or for that cheap in the wild, so ridiculously happy with that. Some more odds and ends finds. I picked up another Biker Mice from Mars bike to add to my collection. Of course, it's always missing the missiles, but hey, still pretty neat. Some random TMNT stuff. We got Sailor Mikey here. Of course, if you guys know me, Mikey's always going to be my favorite turtle, so I love picking up anything Michelangelo related. And then one of the, I think these guys were called the Neutrino teenagers, where they were all crazy, zipping around like they're crazy futuristic Cadillacs and stuff. Pretty unusual to find. I think I paid like $5 or $7 for him, so not too bad. And, oh, this guy's awesome. I picked him up for like $1. Hey, don't be silly, it's Roger Rabbit. And if you look closely, you can see there's a break at his neck. When I found him, he was in 2 pieces, and for like $1, it just broke my heart. I took a coat hanger and just put it right in the middle, and he is as good as new. Like, just fantastic. And I love Roger Rabbit, so that's just awesome. He's big, he's fun, I couldn't pass him up. I couldn't just let him become trash, so saved and repaired. I also picked up some really cool Filmation Ghostbusters. I do not remember this guy's name, but got him for $5. These things are very hard to find in the wild, and I'm always trying to fill in my collection with them. And Tracy! Anybody seen Donkey Kong? Okay. And I think he was like $8. It still isn't too bad, that's fair. This, another really super nice find, very, very rare. Paid, what, like maybe $1 or $2 for him, which is crazy. This is a Rock Lord Snarly. One of the rarest pieces to find in the Rock Lords line. And he's like a $30 to $40 figure. And you move this wheel, and he has like this action where his fur goes in and out. And that's because he'll crunch you up and crunch all the rocks. And he'll eat you. Really cool, very unexpected to ever see one of those. Super rare to find. And I also picked up Junkyard. I got him for, what did I get him for? Maybe like, I remember they wanted 15, but I think I got like 12, maybe 10 for him, I can't remember. He's got his belt, unfortunately no other weapons or accessories. He's got his crazy tongue hanging out and everything, but he's one of the harder Toxic Crusaders figures to find. His tongue waggling around. And also, I'll show a picture at the end. I got Toxie's mop and his shield, too. So that was another great find through a friend of mine. This was really cool. I got this for $1. This little 1994, I believe. Yep, 1994. I think this was the Micro Mutants line from the original series, the Party Wagon. And even has the little tiny turtles inside. You can see them in there, hopefully. Leo and Raph driving the turtle van. And I had to order the top part online for like $5 or $6, but totally worth it. Because look at how awesome that looks once it's complete. It's so cool, teeny tiny little party wagon that you can actually fit TMNT little guys in there. Oh my god, so cool. So cool. And then another little Battlestar Galactica figure, even though I'm not a huge fan of the series. He was like $1 or $2. Little Cylon. Kind of worn, but still pretty nice. And I also found a whole bunch of these, which are... I don't know how many people are going to remember these little guys. But that's the Ring Raiders, which I have a review on these coming up pretty soon. You got the Skull Squadron and the Ring Raiders, and their planes that you would wear on your, your hands and stuff. And pretend to have, like, air battles, and they're pretty cool looking, aren't they? Really neat. And even more interesting, it came with the Ring Raiders mini comic. Very cool. And let's see, I also found a really hard to find TMNT. This is Shredder's Dragster. And it's missing the front guns, the spiked wheels, like the hubcaps, and a gun that would go on top of the helmet. But for only $1 at that same Goodwill that I was talking about earlier, I think that's a really good find. I'm really happy with that. That's really nice. Very cool. And definitely not something you see all the time. It's a pretty hard piece to find. So that's going to bring me to my finds of the month. And that is going to be number 1. And this is my find of the month for one reason here. And you guys probably won't even know what this is, a lot of you, but this is a Magnavox CDI. And I found it with the power pack, has the controller, and even came with a game. This game here called Lords of the Rising Sun. Pretty neat. And the reason you're probably thinking, well, why the heck is this so important? I can go to any game store and just find one of these. Well, I found this complete for only $2. So that's pretty amazing. And these are selling for around like $200 to $300. So that's a really, really, really great find. Very happy with that. And they're just really rare. You don't see them that much. Like, even more obscure than like TurboGrafx and stuff like that. You don't see CDIs come up. They're not really a good system. They have like the funny Zelda games and stuff, but I have a couple of games for it. But it's just neat to put on a shelf. It's just neat to collect for. Alright, and now the moment you've all been waiting for. My grand finale. my big find of the month is none other than suspense building, suspense building, suspense building. Oh my God, could it be? And your eyes do not deceive you, ladies and gents. This is a 1992 Playmates TMNT Technodrome. Isn't this awesome? I got this for only 30 bucks. I was able to get the eyeball. It was missing the eyeball for free online. So I had a gift card that I got a while back. And yeah, this is only missing a few things. This is probably like 85% complete. But still, for only 30 bucks, absolutely amazing. I mean, it has all the front guns. You got the back hatch here that opens up that will connect to the sewer playset. You got the front panels that open up. Like so. And the little trap door here. And this swings apart. The ramp folds down, so that way you could pop the eye off. As you can see, you can move it with the little, hopefully you guys can see, you can move it with the little steering wheel on the inside. And then I don't know how the mechanism works, I haven't been able to really get it to work, but you'd pop the eye off here, and it would roll down the ramp and do exactly that. Smash into your TMNT, guys. And then on the inside here, it opens up. You have this little sewer grate here. And you put this on the side here. The whole thing's moving around. Very hard to keep together and keep it elevated. But like you spin that. And then it like rotates and flicks your figures off. You have the feet here that come down. And it's only missing a few things. It's missing the mutation mat, and it's missing this little jail cell with the handcuffs that hooks up on the top. Other than that, it's pretty much all there. So there's the inside. I'll try to give you guys as good of a shot as I can possibly do while holding this. So there's the inside of it there. And then also you got the jail cell on this side here with the trap door and the prison. So how awesome is this? For only 30 bucks, this is a fantastic deal. You see ones with less parts than this, like just empty shells selling for like 75, 80 bucks. This thing being almost complete, this is easily, in its current state, $150 to $200 toy now. And something I've always wanted to add to my collection. And I'm very happy to finally add this absolutely epic, totally awesome TMNT 1992 Playmates Technodrome. So cool. So absolutely, that is without a doubt my find of the month for July. Apparently the eye didn't think so. What can I say? The eyes have it. Alright guys, terrible corny jokes aside, that is going to wrap it up for my flea market and thrift store haul for the month of July. Like I always say, please comment below with photos, pictures, stories, everything you're finding out there, what you hope to find, anything that's related to toy pickups at all. I love hearing it. I'll post some photos at the end for some stuff that I couldn't show on camera, like this awesome Mad Balls lunchbox that I had mounted and couldn't take off my wall at the moment. But that's going to do it. So until next month, guys, happy flea market and thrift store hunting, and I will see you next time. Take care.
Hey guys, if you liked the video that you just watched, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below, and you can follow me at Facebook at King of Retro or Twitter at #8ByteBrian. See you next time.